Let's get to the lines. We've got Coach Gibson on the line. He's got a title question here. Coach, let's hear it.
Yes, sir. Well, I have a question about, I've seen some advertisements on TV about title insurance for your land or your house and how people's property have been taken by somebody just, I guess, submitting a false quitclaim deed to your property. Just wondered if that's a real threat to us around here, and is there anything that you can do besides buy their insurance to kind of protect yourself against something like that happening?
Yeah, Coach, that's a great question. I've seen those advertisements as well, and I often wonder, well, how does somebody go about doing that? How do they do it? And it can all be done fraudulently, but also, I think here in the state of Florida, there's some protections that are here. Now, the way that you do it, the way you protect yourself, there was some issue about whether or not you have title insurance. If you had title insurance through when you purchased your place, usually there's an owner's policy that kind of goes along with that, and with that also comes along an attorney for free, just like you have with an automobile insurance policy. You may not need that extra coverage. The question becomes, though, at what point in time can somebody, quote, steal your property, take it by way of title through fraudulent conveyances? You're really just going to get a mess out of it than anything else, because unless you participated in it, then I don't see the danger that they see, but there are other states where actually it's happened.
Right, and because what they're referring to is a wild deed. Somebody just comes in, because the clerk of court is, when you submit a document, it's a ministerial act that they're supposed to accept it and take it in. It's not, they're not judging
they're not
whether
looking
or not
at it.
the title is good.
One of the things somebody said, well, in one of the cases that I've reviewed over the past 50 years, 35 years, is, hey, look, they just took it in, they didn't check it. I thought they would check everything and make sure it's right. That's not true.
That's not their clerk's responsibility, nor do we want it to be. We don't want the clerk to be judge, jury, and executioner on what can and can't be submitted. But I always tell people, title insurance typically on the front end when you're buying property is one of the best things and one of the cheapest insurances for bang for your buck, because not only is it securing against any hidden potential liens,
when you're buying
it, liens, encumbrances, tax liens, you name it, that may be on that property that the person may not even know is on there, because it could even be up several layers up the title chain, so that can be scary. But it also protects you if you ever have a boundary dispute. And I have been a party to a couple of different boundary disputes in my legal career, and the folks that I was tasked with representing fortunately had title insurance, which paid for me, whereas their adversary didn't, and it really led to an inequitable situation for them, because they weren't able to actually have an adequate defense in that scenario.
Yeah, more likely, Coach Gibson, you're going to have two things: that title boundary issue, or a straight up title issue upon purchase or upon sale. And title insurance at the time that you purchase your property is something that you should get in your title agency through your bank or through your mortgage company. They can help you do that. Going out and buying additional insurance, candidly, I don't see the need for it at this point.
The wild deed situation is not a real fear, and that's easily defendable, and that is a slander of title that person is doing, which is actually a tort that can also recover. One of the few that you can recover your attorney's fees on, because they are forcing you to have to hire an attorney to clear up your what has become a cloud on the title.
It's kind of like somebody cannot put a lien on your property without doing it properly. An improper lis pendens or an improper lien will also have the same effect, and it has that attorney's fee provision in it as well.
And just so you know, Larry, Coach Gibson was actually my track coach in high school. I recognized the voice. And so
state champion? Coach, are you still on the line? Was he really state champion? I got to ask.
You can Google it.
No, I don't want to Google it. I want to ask Coach Gibson. This cat, apparently he could run fast across country. All right, let's go to our next caller. Coach Gibson, thanks for your call, buddy, out of Jackson County.